Yama, I'm Jack. This is Newsbreak. Let's take a look at what's coming up. The 2021 Close the Gap report. Footy's back. And some unbelievable aerials. And today's episode was brought to you by the word subscribe. Today is Close the Gap Day. It's all about improving the lives of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and eliminating the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Aussies. We take a look at what the day means and the latest Close the Gap report.
For almost 15 years, Close the Gap has been working to remove the life expectancy gap in Australia because Indigenous Aussies are more likely to die at a younger age than non-Indigenous Aussies. The movement aims to fix the problem by providing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people with better access to things like healthcare, work and education.
Our society and the world has been built in a way that disadvantages First Nations people of Australia and of the world.
Sienna is a young Yolngu leader who believes that education is a really important part of closing the gap.
Make it easier for other First Nations people like me to go to school and get the education that their grandparents or parents didn't get to have.
Each year, a Close the Gap report is put together that includes a bunch of recommendations. This year's report covers everything from making sure more Indigenous Aussies have better access to quality healthcare to giving the communities a greater voice in political decision making.
If we learn about it, then we can change society so that it never has to be dealt with again.
While lots of people agree that these ideas are a good start, many reckon there's still a long way to go before Australia can finally close the gap.
It's good news for AFL fans because the footy's back. The AFL season kicks off tonight with reigning premiers, the Richmond Tigers, taking on the Carlton Blues. There will be some pretty big changes this season, including a new medical substitution rule. And for the first time in ages, 50,000 fans will be allowed into the MCG to watch. Do you know what animal makes this sound? It's the Regent Honeyeater. And don't worry if you didn't get it right, because apparently heaps of Regent Honeyeaters don't know what they're supposed to sound like either. And that's starting to cause some big problems.
All right, welcome to Fauna's Got Talent, the show where we hear all the best bushbird songs. And today, giving us their rendition of this song, we have the Regent Honeyeater. Take it away.
Okay, that's not quite right. But I see potential here. I think you and I can work together on this.
Well, that's what wildlife experts are hoping to do. A study from ANU has found that this species of bird is in a bit of a pickle. They're now so endangered there aren't enough male adults to teach the young their song. And that's a big problem, because their song is how they communicate and find a mate. So instead, they've learned to copy the songs of other birds instead of using their own.
No. Still too unoriginal. You've got to do your own thing. Try again.
To help fix this, experts at ANU are now working with Taronga Zoo to give young honeyeaters some singing lessons by playing recordings through speakers in their enclosure. It's hoped that when they're released back into the wild, they'll be able to sing like a pro.
Yes, that's it. Beautiful. You're going to be a star.
These next stories are fully sick because they all have ills. It's time for thrills, chills, and downhills. A number of theme parks in the US are gearing up to reopen in the coming months, and thrill seekers are so excited they could scream, but they better not. Yep, visitors to parks like Disneyland, Universal Studios, and Six Flags will be asked to keep it down on the rides. It's part of California's COVID guidelines, which is asking businesses to limit activities that can spread the virus. How easy does this look? Answer? Not easy at all. These Polish daredevils came up with the game Air. Basically, it involves two people, one person skydiving and another flying a stunt plane nearby, both trying to outdo each other with specky acrobatic stunts in the air. Easy. And I know what you're thinking. Motorbikes don't belong in the snow, or do they? Motocross pro Matt Ribot has taken to downhilling these slopes in Switzerland on an electric-powered FMX bike. Those are some cool moves. See what I did there? Cool, because it's cold. That's it for the show today. We'll catch you again tomorrow, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go on, do it.